Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start.
Alright, hello. This is a video journal for my dry run. I'm up here at Grouse Lake Ridge Trail a couple weeks before my big event. It was tough. It was a hot day, and I'm at like 7,000 feet, so it was a very good indicator of what's to come. It's gonna be fun. I had a great time. I mean, look how pretty this is. But it's gonna be tough. But I knew that going in. It's gonna be a test of mental fortitude. Hopefully like a 6-day vision quest. All right, here we are. Sunday morning, August 11th, 2013. I'm at the beginning of my John Muir trip, finally. I'm about to go up for about 5,000 feet. We'll see how that goes. Just gonna keep a positive attitude, treat it like a really long ultra run, remember why I'm here, and hopefully have a blast. I'll have to dig deep today, but I'm ready to do that. That's what this trip is about. So anyway, 6:43 a.m., about to get going. Check in tonight. Bye. Alright, so end of day one. I'm going to try to do this quick because I don't know how much battery my camera has. I don't know exactly how far I went. I think I got my goal. I was trying for 34. I might be at 33-ish. I'm camped here in a meadow in Lyell Canyon with a buddy I met. We've been hiking together for about 10 miles. His name's Damien. He's a lawyer from LA. He's cool. So he's trying to do this in 2 weeks. I don't know how long he's going to hike with me. I offered for him to hike with me tomorrow, but I am technically going faster than him, so we'll see. But today was a good day. Good for confidence. Long day. Hiking for almost 12 hours exactly. It was tough to get out of Yosemite 5,000 feet straight up, and then I had to go another however many miles, 20 miles. So today was a rough day, but I would say a good confidence builder. Just ran the downs. Couldn't run the flats or the up, just too tough. At this altitude, even though I only have 15 pounds, it's tough. So my body feels it, but I feel strong. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm in a really good mental place. Met some interesting people today. The first thing I did right out of the gate was pass a CrossFit group, and they had some good go muscles. Sorry, as John Marshall would say, they had some good show muscles, but their show muscles did not help them climb up to Half Dome. So starting today, Whitney was 220-ish miles away, and now we can knock off 34. Good night. All right, so it is day 2, August 12th, and we are at the scene of where my food was hanging last night. And I took some pictures of the carnage, but a bear got my food. It was hanging right up there. I think what it did was climbed halfway up, swiped out with its hand, cut the bottom of my bag, everything dropped to the ground, and then it ate it. So the pictures are interesting, but there was just a nice slice around the bottom of my bag, and all the food was gone. So we actually heard it happen because I was camped with my new friend Damien. Sorry it's shaky, my hands are really cold. We heard it happen. We came out, threw rocks at the bear. He left, and with our headlamps, it looked like my food was still hanging, so we went back to bed. It turns out the bag was still hanging, but the bottom had been cut out, and he came back after we went to bed and ate every little last scrap, all 10 or 12,000 calories. So I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I have no food and 2 full days of hiking if I were to keep going. So almost 80 miles of hiking with no food. So that's not gonna happen. Pretty frustrating. But what I can say is this is not gonna be the last time the John Muir Trail sees me, although next time I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to keep bears out of my food. those bear cans, you know, that are required here, just way too much and they take up too much room. A bear can will not fit in the little pack that I have, so I don't know how to fast pack. Maybe bears are so aggressive and smart now that you can't fast pack it, unsupported at least. So I don't know. Anyway, I have many hours today to think about what I'm going to do with my week. Pretty frustrated, but I guess in everything there is a learning experience. So far what I've learned is I need to protect my food better. It was hanging a good 15-20 feet up there. Smart bear. Alright, it is what it is. Over and out. Alright, so the last time I made a video I was really bummed out. A bear had just stolen my food, and I was trying to decide what I was going to do, and I decided to go back. It's now a little over a month later. I had quite a few hurdles to overcome. There was the rim fire, so that whole area down by Tuolumne has been engulfed in flames. Highway 120 has been closed. Air quality has been really bad all the way up to even Sacramento. But I decided to move forward and just hope that would be cleared up, and it looks like it's going to be okay. Another potential issue was going back 4 or 5 weeks later. It should be a little bit colder at night. September actually tends to be a pretty good weather month in the Sierras during the day, but it should be a little bit colder at night. So I'll show you my gear in a second. I brought a couple things to account for the colder weather at night. Obviously I have a bear can this time. So this time I have a bear canister, the smallest bear canister possible, and a slightly bigger pack, actually the exact same pack I had last time, except 7 liters bigger to account for the bear can and the little bit of extra gear. So the upshot is it's 4.5 weeks later. I'm going to be carrying a couple extra pounds. I'm going to be starting my hike exactly where I hiked out at Tuolumne Meadows. So last time I went from Yosemite Valley to Lyle Canyon, about 35 miles. And then when the bear got my food, I had to backtrack 10 miles to Tuolumne Meadows to hike out. So I'm going to be starting tomorrow morning bright and early, picking up my permit tonight in Tuolumne Meadows and starting there right where I hiked out, continuing my adventure. I decided not to restart because that just doesn't feel right to me. I feel like I have unfinished business with this trip. So this is this trip times 2. second try on this trip. So it feels right to me to start the trail exactly where I hiked out, and this time to be successful. So last time I was going to do about 220 miles in 6 days. This time I'm trying to do just under 200 miles in 5 days. So we'll see if that's possible. That's 39-40 miles a day. I don't know if that's possible. I think my legs can do it. I don't know what the terrain is going to be like, and I don't really want to hike at night. So I'll probably go from an hour after sunrise to sunset-ish, and we'll just see where that takes me. And I expect success this time. You certainly can't be more ready or trained, prepared mentally or physically than I am. So I expect to be standing on the top of Whitney successful this time in a little less than a week. So thanks for listening. I'll check back in on the trail. Alright, I don't even know if this is going to work. It's a little too dark. I set my alarm for 5 a.m. and it turns out it's pitch black till about 6 a.m. So I got ready in the dark. I'm here right where I hiked out, exactly where I hiked out. Monday morning, September 16th, about 6 a.m. Ready to start it again. I don't want to waste a lot of battery, but I wanted to do something to signify the moment. So hopefully I'll have a good 40 miles today, and I will check back in a long time. So I decided, I just had my camera out to take a picture of a deer. They're not afraid at all. You can tell they're not hunted here. And I thought, I'm about to camp, I might as well record this as I'm walking. So today was a tough day. I have no idea how far I've gone, 40-ish miles, maybe more. I got lost at one point. The trail, there were 3 trails, and I chose the one that was the widest and the cleanest looking, which usually works, it didn't work. So I've lost a couple hours and I don't know how many miles, but I finally found my way back to the trail, and I'm proud of myself for how I handled it. So it's about 6:40 p.m. I've been hiking for almost 13 hours, and I'm looking for a place to tuck in for the night because it's about to get dark. So all in all, proud of how I did today, and it's been really beautiful. No smoke at all. We will see how tomorrow goes. All right, let's do this quick. So this is the beginning of day 3. This is my little tarp tent, and if it looks like it's on a slant, that's because it is. I decided to end the day as close to dark as possible, and that left me on this hill with nothing even close to flat. So I walked around for half an hour, and then just as it was getting dark, I decided, well, this will do. And I actually slept really well. I think my body's finally getting used to it. Although I'm not used to the altitude yet, man. There was a pass yesterday, Silver Pass, that just kicked my butt. There were some guys who were trying to race me up it, who I finally caught, but it turns out this is their 7th day on the trail, and they're just getting used to the altitude. So the pass is over 10,000 feet. I'm feeling them. I think I'm doing about 35 miles a day, so that means that I'm going to have one more day at the end if you add those little 5s in. But I'm just trying to stay positive. I found that the day starts really well. I feel good, I'm fast, and then somewhere around 2 or 3 I start to get kind of a lull. I think that might have to do with food. I haven't been very hungry. I've been forcing myself to eat, but it just kind of gets in the way. But then after that I eat something and I feel better, and then I end the day really well. So I'm proud of how I've been doing, proud of how I've been mentally handling how tough this is. And how much I want to see my family and Jen, but still appreciating the moment I'm in right now. That's been a struggle for me in the past, so that is a success right there.